good, whatever time of day it is you happen to be listening. This is the P&A Podcast Express. We are coming to you live from the Palm Street studio in downtown Deckerville. Adam and Phil here with you as always. And I hope that our video didn't freeze as it did on my screen to everybody watching. But if it did, we'll fix that. We have ways to make that go away. And, we can make the video go away pretty easy, I think.
I'm just frozen over here, actually. So there we go.
Let it go.
Let it go. Here we are. It's a Monday night. Feeling all right.
It is.
Sun is still out. It's hot as hell.
Yeah, we are frozen. So I'm going to see if I can
All right.
Get that to unfreeze.
Unfreeze. So here we go. It's I forgot to look at what week it is. I think it's our 230th straight week of recording podcast or something like that. That sounds about right. That's pretty good. I think
that's pretty on brand. There, we're unfrozen now.
650, I don't know, some episodes, almost 660.
Oh, that just sounds so gross.
Where are we going to stop this at? Do we want to put it?
I don't know.
Well, it's tough to deal with.
At this point, I think it's a to the death duel.
Yeah, you and I now?
Yeah.
Oh, geez. I'm not good at dueling.
We'll throw everybody else in that as well.
Okay. We can use them as human shields?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I got...
When they decide to get here.
You can have Junior because I thought he'd be taller.
He should be.
Plus, he's only got one deflection. Ping! And then he's done.
Hole in one.
So welcome to the podcast.
So, any gear grinds or...
Yeah, I got a huge gear grind. Huge. Have you seen this? Have you seen this? Have you seen this? Have you heard what's going on in Idaho?
Idaho.
I
thought Idaho.
Idaho. Guess what they've got on the books for legislation? They are trying to ban truck nuts.
Oh, what the hell?
Idaho is trying to ban truck nuts. Can you believe this? The government, I mean, it's part of a bigger bill where, like, it's got all kinds of stuff like male breasts can no longer be shown in public if they are augmented to look like a female's breast and blah, blah. There's like 4 other things on this. Most of it very homophobic, except for the truck nuts. On this bill is literally they want to ban truck nuts in public because it's lewd. So, and it's not appropriate for kids to look at. So in Idaho, their state government is actually working to outlaw truck nuts.
How do they feel about butt plug hitch covers?
That was going to be my
stance?
That was going to be my exact next question, because I mean, the argument for the truck nuts is they are a male, like a representation of male genitalia anatomy. A butt plug's not a representation of any anatomy.
So
it's just a plug.
What if you call your truck Brenda and say that it identifies as a male?
You might be able to. I sense if this goes through, if they get this to go through and they outlaw truck nuts in public, obviously they're not outlawing. You got, whoa, man, you possess truck nuts. They'll haul you down.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're going to be ripping them tags off your mattresses. No.
That's the equivalence of this, though.
Right. So truck nuts on your truck in Idaho could soon be illegal.
Interesting.
I thought you'd find that fascinating, which is why I brought it to the podcast. And then, of course, I was naturally going to go to the trailer hitch butt plug cover.
Well, and I actually thought about printing you like a bright set of Hunter's Orange truck nuts.
Well, as long as I'm not tooling through Idaho, could you imagine you're a North Dakotian just minding your own business?
Now, have you seen where people take like a piece of chain and they actually attach 2 large lug nuts?
Yeah.
To that and make that truck nuts?
I think that would be fine, because the bill, as I heard it on the radio, this is only hearsay. I heard it. Now I'm saying it. It's only the representation of male anatomy genitalia.
But that kind of is. I mean,
Big Podcast says that's okay.
Yes. The Big Podcast koozie.
It's a Mentos moment.
Get yours at Shopify.com.
The drunk maker. So truck nuts could be outlawed on public roads in Idaho.
I just don't get it. I don't get it. There's nothing else going on in Idaho that they can't be like, well, let's table the truck nuts thing.
This is a hot button issue in Idaho, I guess. The truck nuts.
Is it just that rampant? Are there like, parents that are...
Come on now.
Sally, shield your eyes.
If you had to look at the pie chart of where all truck nuts are sold in the United States, you can't tell me Idaho would not take up at least 10% of that.
Well, there is Ohio.
Right.
So if you drive like an old F-150, do the truck nuts have to like drag the pavement?
Oh, 100%.
That's what I figured.
They say every year you should drop them about a half an inch lower.
Yeah, for sure.
Every year that goes on that vehicle.
What the hell are they thinking?
I heard this today and I just had to share it with the podcast that Idaho is looking to ban truck nuts. It's lewd. So what are the kids? The kids!
Wow.
So
I really thought they had better things to do.
So should we ship them just a whole bunch of trailer hitch butt plug covers?
Yes.
Plug trailer hitch covers? Sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
Fluorescent green and...
Sold.
Yeah.
Should one just say swing on these nuts?
Sit on this.
Sit on this. Spin on it.
It's a new version of the sit and spin, motherfucker.
So I wonder, though, if Idaho bans truck nuts, will other states follow?
That's when I'm going to release truck balls in Idaho.
Are truck nuts going to become the new lawn darts?
They could be. I mean, kids shouldn't play with either one.
Right. Either one. Kids should not play. Not for kids. Oh, Lord. But anyway, that's what I have. That's a gear grind that I heard that Idaho is banning truck nuts.
Well, if your truck identifies that way.
Right.
I would think that it should get away with that.
That's all I'm saying. I mean, it's more of a lifestyle, isn't it? It's kind of more like a brand.
That truck was born that way.
That truck had nuts from the get. What can I say?
Dear Lord. I just don't know what legislator out there goes, you know what the hot button issue of 2025 is?
Truck nuts.
Truck nuts. You know why this is, right?
Why is this?
They are so bored out there because they only have a small sliver that borders with Canada to worry about all the fentanyl coming into their state.
And it's not potato planting or harvesting season.
Correct.
So the Idahoans are just like, fuck, we ain't got shit to do.
Let's attack the truck nuts.
Now, what would have happened if you were to dangle 2 potatoes from your trailer hitch?
Truck spuds.
Because isn't that their like their state
national
symbol?
Bird, yeah.
Their state symbol, yeah. National bird.
Out here in Idaho, we done approved a potato as our national bird. But you're a state and it's not a bird. You shut up, you communist.
This is a national affair. You butt out. God damn it. Truck nuts. Anyway.
The Prime Minister of Idaho has done spoken.
And he says nuts should be on trucks.
Oh, boy.
Big podcast.
For all the sane people we know in Idaho, which for me comes down to zero.
I don't know if I know anybody in Idaho.
I know one person in Idaho that I watch on TV, and I know one person that I know that moved there that I used to work with. And I think both a little nuts.
Do you think they have truck nuts on their truck?
Apparently they have to. If it's this much of an epidemic out there,
right?
They have to. It's not a choice anymore. You go to the DMV, they don't give you a tag for your license plate. They give you a truck nut with a date on it.
One of them has a date. One of them has a year. Oh, shit. I don't know. I can't tell if his plates are expired or not. I can't tell the way the nuts are dangling.
Oh, boy. It's cold out. I can't read them.
They got shriveled up.
Oh, my God.
They're up in the box of the truck. So anyway, truck nuts, Idaho banning.
Very interesting.
You ready for my next gear grind?
Absolutely.
So on Friday night, I'm done with that one. On Friday night, Silent and I went out to eat. Went to Biagio's. Lovely, lovely. Food was lovely.
In Kingston.
Yeah, in Kingston. Atmosphere was mediocre at best because that's how I feel about that place atmospheric-wise. Service was top-notch. Food was top-notch.
It's a big pole barn.
It's like a pole barn, but it's built like you're outside of a pole barn when you're inside of it. Have you noticed this?
Kinda, yeah.
It's weird. And then it gets to a point where it's no longer a pole barn, it's a cabin.
Yeah.
So it goes from rustic to chic to, holy shit, I think I passed out outside the barn.
And you walk out and there are truck nuts on your truck.
And somebody had nutted your truck. In that way, they hung a pair of truck nuts on it.
Yes.
Oh, geez, that could have escalated quickly.
It could have.
So that's not the gear grind. Biagio's, Kingston, thank you once again for the lovely time, lovely food. We went down.
Horrible atmosphere.
Yeah, horrible atmosphere. Ambiance. We went down to Kingswood, which I love that bar. One of my favorite little shitty hole in the wall bars. And we're sitting there and I'm having my PBRs and in walks a man with a gun in his hand and he was looking for you-know-who. No, actually.
I'm like, okay, that did escalate quickly.
No. So 3 guys walked in and they all had vests on from a local biker gang that I'm very acquainted with from my history and in the past. And I didn't recognize any of these 3 guys, but they looked exactly as you would think guys in a motorcycle club would look. Right? They had their leathers on and their vest. And so they sat down kind of in the table beside us. Well, we're just sitting there minding our own business and we're chatting with random people like we kind of do when we go to bars. And the one reached over and introduced himself. And I said, that's cool. You know, how you doing? And he's like, hey, you want to do a shot with us? And of course, I'm not going to say no, right?
Well, that would be rude.
So I'm not going to say no. So I'm like, sure. What are we doing a shot of? And he's like, Jim Beam. So I'm like, I like Jim Beam. Don't get me wrong. Is it my first choice of something to do a shot of? Hell to the no.
Understandable.
So here I am doing a shot. Fine. You know, good. Awesome. Guys are great. And not even 10 minutes later, second said, rotating around table, motorcycle club guy with his leathers on. It's like, all right, time for the other shot. And I'm like, other shot? Bring me another shot of Jim Beam, and I do another round of Jim Beam with them. 10 minutes later, it rolls around to the third motorcycle club gang, gentlemen. Said, all right, time for the other shot. And I'm like, what the fuck? You asked me to do one shot with you, and this turned into bikers with Beam. I don't understand.
And you're getting on 2 wheels, buddy.
Yeah, right?
Slow your roll.
Right. So I had, and God bless them, they bought me these shots. And it was in an awkward spot at this point, too, because I realized I should probably buy the next round for them. But after we finished the third one, and I thanked them after every one of them, they got up and departed. So they didn't leave me in that awkwardly, hugely awkward spot.
Right. They left you.
But still, they asked me to do a shot. You want to do a shot with us? Sure. I ended up doing three shots of Jim Beam with them. I'm complaining, but I'm not complaining.
Well, yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, it's...
But all 3 shots were within about 20, 25 minutes of each other. And so, like, Silent N's looking at me. She's like, are you good to drive home? I'm like, I am, but once we get home, I can't guarantee anything. Like, ugh.
They ruined you.
Well, I thought I signed up for one shot, and of course... Never in a million years would I decide that, like, who picks Jim Beam? Like, who picks Jim? So Jim Beam, to me, there's two ways to drink Jim Beam. And that's mixed with Coke or just on ice and you sip it.
Or apparently with a random stranger.
But you don't shoot Jim. You don't do shots of Jim Beam. You don't do shots of Jim Beam. Am I wrong in that?
I don't
listen, like chime in. Am I wrong on that?
I don't think you are.
I like Jim Beam. This is not an indictment on Jim Beam. I like Jim Beam. I do. I like Jack Daniels. I like Jim Beam. But I don't want to do shots of it.
Well, in 3,
Yeah.
if one shot, I'll have some Jim Beam.
Right.
It's kind of like El Toro.
Yeah, right. Which, do we have some up there? I think there's some somewhere around here.
Probably. Yeah, I see a cap up there.
Oh, ole, 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 ole. Anyway, but thank you, gentlemen, if you're listening to the bikers that bought me the shots. I appreciate it. That is not the issue at hand here. That is not
your problem.
Right. But to do 3 shots of Jim Beam when I signed up for 1, that's otherworldly. That's yeah.
Yes.
But thank you, gentlemen, for the shots.
Well, dang. That is an adventure in itself.
That turned into Bikers with Beam, or Beam with Bikers, yeah. On Friday. They invited me to the clubhouse even. They said, stop by. And I'm like, I've been to your clubhouse before.
And I don't want more Jim Beam.
That's what I would be afraid of. If I come to your clubhouse, am I going to have more Jim Beam? And if I come to your clubhouse, am I going to have run into that one woman that caused 2 of you members of your motorcycle club to threaten me?
And on top of that, do I have to dress as the construction guy to complete the YMCA?
You got
Spot
it.
on. Nobody wants that.
And I won't mention any names of the biker gang. They're not a gang. They're a motorcycle club.
Right.
Being respectful. Gang. They're a motorcycle club. They're not... these guys were strapping young lads, but I was bigger than all of them. And I had the beard, which is maybe why they kind of associated with me. I don't know. But I ended up doing 3 shots of Jim, and I was fine. I was none worse for the wear. I felt it the next day, but yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the way Jim Beam works, though.
Yeah, it kind of works from within.
Yeah, works its way out in the worst ways.
So anyway, that was my Friday night. That was maybe we'll talk about Saturday night here when I'm ready. But yeah, so a Beam with Bikers was my Friday night.
Nice.
And then I had a bunch of PBRs and yeah.
Doesn't sound like too bad of a night.
No. If I could do it all over again, I would. Have I told the story? Have I told the story about that bar at Kingswood when we were coming back from the Korn concert? I think I have on the podcast.
I'm trying to remember.
So we went with Edward and we went with Jason McConaughey and Eric Kennedy. And so we were on our way back and there was this girl that she came up to me and I was single at the time. I was actually not dating anybody. She wanted to take me out and bang me in the parking lot. I politely declined. Nothing wrong with this woman other than her orthodontia was not on point.
And when somebody just comes up and offers to take you into the parking lot,
right?
It's one of those slightly unnerving things.
And Eddie's all for it. He's handing me the keys to his SUV. He's
go make a soup kitchen out of it.
Yeah, just right. So and she wasn't unattractive, but I wasn't attracted, and I'm also not looking to bang someone in the Kingswood bar parking lot.
Right.
Not my ultimate goal in life.
In Eddie's SUV.
Right. In the back of Eddie's. So anyway, of course, she moves in the bartender by this point. The bar is very busy, and this is a weeknight, if I remember right. But we had just gotten back from the concert, so it's probably midnight by now.
Right.
And there's probably 20 people in the bar. And it's probably, I think, a Wednesday or something like that. And this bartender's just not having a good time. And I'm sympathetic to the plight because I've been a bartender before. And so I look over, and this woman who wanted to take me out in the parking lot, and she said, screw my brains out, is now giving a gentleman a hand job in the middle of the bar. The bartender said she hadn't seen it yet or anything. She goes like, I got to go back in the back and I got to wash some dishes and everything else. And I pointed at her and I pointed at them. I said, you're going to have to wash that window in a few minutes. And she did not. She laughed and she's like, you fucking asshole. So you're going to have to wash that window in a few minutes.
Oh, it's going to look like Matt Lindley was here doing a chocolate milk challenge.
Right. So, and the guys heard it and they just erupted and laughed. You're going to have to wash that window in a few minutes. So anyway, yeah.
Your mom is proud of you, though.
Well,
she just commented.
Yeah. I was quick-witted on that one.
Oh, boy.
And the bartender's like, I've had it, and went to the back. Like, ah! We had fun. We had a good time that night, though. It was a good concert, good time.
I only have a few really wild bar stories, like being up in Traverse City for a buddy of mine's bachelor party, and we're standing in this bar, and it's so packed that we're pushed up against the kitchen doors, right?
Right.
So we're standing there, and I look over at my buddy, and I'm like, you doing all right? And he lifts his shirt up. He's like, yep. And he's got like a 14-inch knife in the front of his pants that he stole out of the kitchen.
Jesus.
And he's like, yep, I'm doing just fine. Oh. And I mean, we're both just hammered beyond belief. And so I figure he put it back after he showed it to me. Ha, 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 funny. We're leaving the bar. We're walking down this back alley. And this is right before he goes behind the dumpster to take a leak. He like pulls up his shirt again. And he whips that knife out. And he's like, I should probably get rid of this. And he just like throws it in a parking lot, goes behind this dumpster. And as he's back there, cops come up. They're like, what are you doing back there? And he's like, nothing.
Nothing.
Of course, they gave him the speech about how they could put him on a list for that, indecent exposure and all that kind of stuff. And we explained that it's his bachelor party, and we've been trying to catch a bus for the last 20 minutes.
Right.
To get back to our hotel because we have no idea how. And they said, oh, if you go up here, there'll be another bus there anytime.
Oh, gross.
They let us go, but it was that was a pretty insane night.
I think they've abolished that, though. That you no longer will.
I don't think you end up on a list anymore.
No. For
I hope
public
that's
urination.
I hope that's retroactive for people.
Because
I do know somebody that did get nailed like that.
I do too.
Outside of Boots Saloon.
I do too. Just simply pissing in an alleyway, not trying to put anything on display, and I got caught in public urination and had to register as a sex offender.
Yeah. So hopefully they've gotten rid of that.
Well, unless you're out there like, wee.
Yeah, if you're making figure 8 snow angels with it, then,
right. If you're out there trying to put on a display, then of course.
Exactly.
But if you're huddled up in a corner in a dark alley, then don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let a poor man be. Do you want my next gear grind?
Absolutely.
I have so many gear grinds right now.
You have quite a list over there.
I do. For those of you keeping track at home, that's my list.
Phil wrote stuff.
Well, I said I have to start writing for the podcast again because I'm lame.
I didn't know it would all be bitches.
Have you seen this? Have you seen this? Have you seen this? So if you go to Thumb Cellular, and if you get their unlimited plans, they throttle you after a certain amount of data that you choose.
Yeah, which is crap.
So we'll remind you and remind me and remind everybody in podcast land, my internets was down here. Same company. I had to use my phone to stream 2 episodes video-wise to bring to you fine folks. For the last 5 days, my phone has been throttled on data usage.
Dear Lord.
And I am so pissed about it. You can ask Silent N. I was livid. I'm like, Saturday, I was ready to call and be like, you fuckers are the reason because my internet was down for 2.5 days at my house. I don't want to be throttled. Thank God, come midnight tonight, I will no longer be throttled because it's the first of the month. But what kind of bullshit is this? What kind of think about infrastructure this day and age. Do they really need to throttle you after a certain?
No.
That doesn't matter. What the fuck are they doing?
So the way most places
This is like saying paying for minutes when you make a phone call. Like,
well, don't you only get like 5 gig or something like that?
well, I got the plan for 20.
20?
Because I paid for 20. There's a 6, a 10, a 20, and a 50. And then they'll throttle you. There should be none of those tiers. Go to hell, Thumb Cellular, you and your little doggy, because if you throttle me again, I'm going to call you, and that's going to be the end of me ever dealing with you again.
See, I've
already paid you a ton of money for years.
So the way most places do it is you only get throttled if there is high network use. And what I found was that when I was with AT&T, if I was up here, I never, ever got throttled. I could use 100 gig in a month. Never got throttled. And it was 20.
Even when I'm not in a throttle, I get it. If I'm at a stadium full of people and at a concert, your cell phone's going to work for shit because there's so many people there trying to do the same thing you are. I understand how that works.
Only on Thumb Cell, though. There's a reason for that. Because when you're down at a stadium, you're on Verizon's towers and you're a tier 2 level user.
So once again, screw you, Thumb Cellular. We pay you a lot of money.
So when I had AT&T and I'd go down, everything was good, except if I had to go to like Ford Field and we were at the state finals or something,
right?
It would throttle me then, down to a lower tier. It was still okay fast, but it wasn't near as clippy.
But still, don't advertise these things as unlimited plans. But then but throttle you.
Yeah.
If you ever ask, you would have to present me personally with a pile of money if you ever want to sponsor this podcast, Thumb Cellular, because you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys already make a ton of money.
I felt that way with them years ago when I had them. I had them for my company, and I was like, yep, we're just not going to keep doing this song and dance.
Don't ever throttle me again, and you should have sold out to one of the bigger companies years ago.
We had like 5 lines with them, 5 cell phones, and it was great for the first little while. Then after 6 months, it went up a little bit. And they're like, oh, well, this promotion went off and this promotion. At the year point, all the promotions went off. And they're like, oh, well, you're just on our standard plan. I'm like, so loyalty is punished here. So I didn't like that. It didn't make me very happy.
Right. So that's my biggest gear grind. The gear grind of the week.
Yay. But yeah, I don't understand that either.
It doesn't cost you any extra. It doesn't cost any extra to allow. This is such a arbitrary thing. It's an artificial construct.
So they have fiber through everywhere now. Why are they throttling data?
To piss people like this guy off.
It's a money thing. It's to make more money. And
you already make enough money.
I know somewhere upstream they're probably paying somebody else for every gig that they're using because they made a bad choice somewhere.
They already make a fucking butt ton of fucking money. Ha ha! Look at this, the grumpy griller in the house. So anyway, nothing but gear grind so far.
Yeah, you haven't missed much.
Yeah, right there?
Yeah.
All right. Jeez. Fucking Thumb Cellular. Fuck those guys. No Timuian chair. That's another one of my gear grinds on the list for later.
Yeah, no Timuian.
We still don't have a chair.
Well, they didn't trust that even though like they put your payment through.
They did. They charged my credit card, and then they literally wanted me to send them my firstborn son.
Like a day later, it's like,
right.
Please send us a bank statement with...
And then my firstborn son, I'm like, he's buried in a cemetery in Carroll. You can go dig him up if you want.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
They probably wanted proof of that.
Right. They're like, oh, we don't know.
Send us 1 quart jar of dirt.
Jeez.
So, yeah,
I just wanted the goddamn chair.
Well, for what they wanted, it wasn't worth the money you'd save by buying that chair from there.
Right. They wanted
a
everything.
crock.
Last time I provided that much information to somebody, I ended up with over $1,100 worth of karaoke equipment charged to my account in China somewhere.
Yeah, I didn't, to get my passport to go to Poland, I didn't have to give that much information.
Oh my God. They even wanted to know what color skivvies I was wearing.
And pictures of that.
Right? But to keep the truck nuts out of it, that's outlawed here.
And you were like white in the front, brown in the back.
Right? Two-tone.
with a fade in between.
Two-tone like an 84 Silverado.
Yeah, they were not what I would consider friendly to deal with. And the funny thing is it was your card. It was on my account, but it was your card. And
right?
it was being shipped to your address, which is the billing address for your card.
Right?
So it didn't make any sense.
Oh, Jesus. It was tough. They didn't. And all I wanted was the chair. There you go. We got to turn him up. And all I wanted was the chair. That's literally all I wanted out of this transaction was the chair.
Yeah. It didn't even come with like a free geisha girl. We bought the discount model, not the model.
Come with the frittata geisha.
Yeah.
Robes on backwards. All right. I've given 3 straight gear grinds, Adam. What do you have for us? Got anything grinding your gears?
So, driving around yesterday.
All right.
Listening to the radio. Or actually, no, I'm sorry. This was earlier today. This was the weekend kind of ran together on me.
Yeah, it happens.
So it was earlier today, driving in the car, and I'm listening to the radio. And of course, when you come from my house and you drive into Sandusky, the only station you can get for about 4 miles is
97.7?
97.7 or AM 660 because they have so much bleed over on their transmitters that's all you can get. So I'm listening to 97.7 and a weather report comes on. And it's meteorologist John McMurray.
Is that the one where the other day he said the high was going between 49 and 69?
This might be worse. I'm convinced he's AI. I think John McMurray passed away years ago. And he is now AI.
This is very plausible. This is
what he said.
Well, that's you.
For Tuesday, a high of 42 to 44. For Wednesday, a high of 40 to 42.
What?
Yeah. No joke.
Is there a John McMurray AI out there?
There has to be.
This chair's really loud.
There has to be. That or Glenn McNary has taken over and is pretending to be John McMurray.
Do you think that Glenn McNary peeled John McMurray's face skin off and wears it as a mask?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty confident that too.
So
he probably wears his boxers too.
Yeah. On his head though. It was just a weird, and then there was something else that he said that was just kind of gibberish at the end of everything.
I'm very, very concerned about John McMurray. For one, he is a legend. He's an institution, but he is breaking down. I've heard some things once in a while on forecast, and I'm like, that's alarming. I think it's either dementia or Alzheimer's, like,
or he's AI. They only got half his brain uploaded to the machine before he passed away. So
it's like warning, 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 warning.
This does fall into the ilk of that station to hang on to things well past their prime.
I mean, they still have all of the equipment that they could run reel to reel or 8-track if they needed to,
and a whole library of, 45s and 33 LPs up in the upstairs that has been ravaged by raccoons.
So once the zombie apocalypse hits, they'll be able to broadcast still because they have, analog.
Yeah.
Analog.
So Yeah.
They just have a whole building full of analog.
Yes.
What operating system is the boss there working on? Windows 95?
It is XP.
Okay. Email's not working. Wants me to upload Windows 10.
I like to use Outlook Express for my email. It's pretty new.
I got this new thing. They sent me a bunch of discs in the mail. AOL.
The high tomorrow is 4-4. Dude, I couldn't believe. I'm like, because I heard it, and I'm like, Did I really hear that? And then when he said the next day, it was like high 4-2, and it's like, well, I didn't hear shit. I really heard that.
The whole system is breaking down.
It is.
Literally, J.D. McMurray is going to be. It's all artificially inseminated now.
Poor John.
Right? He could have been a contender with his New England accent. After this, we will go catch some crabs.
Crabazizzies.
And then we will drive our date into the Chappaquiddick.
Famous column appears in the New York Daily Mirror and other newspapers with more than 25 million readers is brought to you by Jergens, the lotion for soft, smooth, romantic hands.
Jergens.
Jergens.
Yep. So, yeah, there's another conspiracy theory for you out of Sandlike Broadcast.
So nothing at that entire radio station is real.
No, I don't even know if there's anybody that goes in there anymore.
Is the whole thing AI?
It could be.
Oh.
The only part I doubt is the intelligence part.
Wait.
Can you run AI on XP?
It's very slow. It doesn't say 44.
He's got to splice it together reel to reel. Like, just cut it here and tape it there. Cut it here, tape it there. You're all good. Like editing an old-time movie.
Oh, boy.
WTGV now in stereo.
That means... We don't know what that means, but it's in stereo.
It's in quadraphonic stereo, which would indicate 4, but it's only 2.
But I only have one speaker.
Yes, that is also a problem.
So sometimes I cannot hear the chorus. I still don't know who's on second.
He's on first.
What's on second?
Mister, you say your girl
Oh,
has
boy.
what kind of hands? Her hands are look again and hope to touch. Listen.
Jesus Christ. So yeah. You see? Yeah.
Yeah, see? So take that for what it's worth. I suggest everybody listen closely now because you might be being fed lies.
You're being spoon-fed lies. Lies.
Oh, here's an interesting theory.
Go on.
Something was written here, and I'm gonna expand on it a little bit.
All right, expound upon it.
An angry listener.
Angry?
An angry listener.
Of
goes
us?
You don't need listeners like that.
No, an angry listener to the station goes in, kills everybody,
Oh, Jesus, got dark in a hurry.
takes over. Now all shifts are covered by the rototiller guy, imitating all the former on-air personalities.
He's a fucking chameleon.
Yeah.
You don't need listeners like that.
So yeah, that's where I'm going with that.
I don't think I'm ready for that information.
Nor am I.
That
That
hurts my soul. Oh my God.
It's got nothing to do with me. Okay.
Is this what's truly going on in the state of local radio right now?
I think it is.
Anybody hear the new Swap Shop song?
No, there's a new Swap Shop song.
Oh, God, is it awful.
Oh God, now I want to hear it. Can we chime in? Can you pipe in? Have you seen this? Have you seen this? Swap Shop's got they don't replay their episodes on, do they?
I'm going to look real quick.
Okay. Is it Eddie doing a bunch of stuff?
I don't know who it is, but
It's time now for a swap shop.
it's pretty bluegrassy.
Oh,
Well, let's see if we can get some more recent editions of Swap Shop.
they don't have it listed as a swap shop as a podcast.
Oh, ballsack.
What if you want
The fuck is going on? That would be probably the number one rated podcast they have.
You're right under Joe Rogan.
You don't have to listen at 110. Boy, that was the 20th caller.
Right. He's still got my gong in there. I think I might have to. Can I do this? Any of our lawyer friends out there, I want to offer a cease and desist and return my gong. Can I do this legally? Can I do this? Can I do this? That's my property, and the gong was my idea.
So why don't we trademark the gong and send them a bill for every time it's hit?
Yes.
I like it.
All right. So all our legal counsel out there, help a brother
Make it
out.
happen. Make it happen, Captain.
Help a brother out. Help a brother out.
So they do not have Swap Shop recorded.
Okay. Why would they not do that?
They do have a fancy new logo for it. Look at that.
Right? That summed it up.
That was well timed.
Tradio. It's referred to as Tradio. Ain't nobody trading shit, man. Man, they ain't trading shit.
Oh, boy.
Comb in the desert. Man, we ain't found shit. All right.
Yep, that they ain't got nothing.
Well,
Oh, well, I will say is your local Walmart no longer carries pirate water.
what the fuck? How did you find this out? Did you ask them?
I looked in the pirate water stickers are no longer there.
They're
Oh
gone.
man,
It's been replaced.
they defaced them. So I'm kind of the because there's no place you can order it even anymore. Like I went on to Walmart.com and tried to just order it to site to store. Can't do it.
Wonder if they discontinued pirate water.
I'm thinking they did. I'm thinking Barstool Sports was like, this is enough of this shit.
Our last hope for an actual sponsorship. Our true last hope for an actual sponsorship.
We didn't run it into the ground.
Well, I mean, by buying it, or was it our review, our honest review of it?
Yeah, that ain't.
Well, we liked the margarita.
Margarita.
I like the margarita one was good.
Yeah. So we need to hold on to these pirate water cans because someday maybe they'll be collectible.
We don't have one full one somewhere, do we?
I don't. Well, maybe.
What say you, Mr. Fridge?
Mr. Fridge says, "Blop." No, everybody always drank the pirate water. Even though there were better options in there.
Much better options.
So bully you, podcast family.
So, yeah.
we gotta look. So we might have to make a trip to Lapierre.
Lapierre?
So if anybody's in Lapierre, check for pirate water. Actually, if anybody's in any Walmart anywhere except for Sandusky, look for pirate water. I will pay you double the purchase price.
It was actually on clearance at this one
Wait a-
weeks ago.
I will pay you $3 for
Way to break. Wait, I was just going to say, way to break out the $3.
I will pay you $3 for a can of pirate water.
$3.
$3 whole dollars. And I might even tip you $1.
They have 4. They have 4 of the Bahama Mama.
Could you have them delivered to the Sandusky store for pickup? Well, do they do that? I mean, they should ship them store to store. And I want you to put them through this hassle if they do offer that. Like, let's do it. I will give my credit. They'll probably want my,
Well, you got to
My
report
soul.
your credit card. You just
right, they'll want my soul too. Because it's a Wally Mart.
They have it. So it says that I can get 4,
Okay.
but it won't let me buy it.
Where do you get 4 from?
Is that the Caro Wally Mart?
Let me see which one am I on here? Which one?
Sandusky.
Which one?
Where am I at?
See, Sandusky had the Pyro Water. They were on clearance for 97 cents.
Oh my God, we should have stocked up.
But there wasn't any in there. It just had the clearance sticker.
Should we ask if there's any in the back? I will ask.
So I can get. I still have in my shopping cart 2 of the Pirate Water Margarita. Oh, which now shows out of stock. The only thing I can get is the Bahama Mama. I mean, do we really want that?
It's got nothing to do with me. Well, at this point, I think we do. Just for nostalgia reasons. What's that?
Just to have it.
Right?
Could be.
If I order it though, so to order 4 of these would be $14.91.
That seems excessive.
Well, they're charging me. It's $7.92 for 4 of them, and then they're charging me $7 for the low order total.
Well, you
fee.
can order more, but they don't have any more. That ain't your problem.
Right?
Let's get to the bottom of this.
Fresh Bakery, press 6. For Fresh Deli, press 7. For Human Resources, press 8.
I think
To reach the store operator, press 0. For store hours, press star. To repeat this menu, press the pound sign.
Are you going to press anything?
Hold on. My phone's not liking this. Hold on.
For pharmacy, press 1. For Auto Care Center,
I
press
pressed
2.
1.
For Vision Center, press 3. For
Hold
online
on, hold
pickup
on,
and
whoa.
delivery orders,
Whoa,
press
whoa.
4. For electronics, press 5.
Holy
For
shit.
Fresh Bakery,
It's
press
gone
6.
rogue.
For Fresh Deli,
don't even
press
know.
7. For Human Resources,
Like my phone
press
doesn't
8.
show a call.
To reach the store operator, press 0. For store hours, press
You
star.
can't even hang up?
To repeat this menu,
Oh, there
press
we
the
go.
pound sign.
Oh, boy.
For pharmacy, press 1.
Are you going to pharmacy?
HR.
You just got forwarded to a voicemail. What the hell is happening?
I don't think they're going to answer.
Hang up, redial. Just hang up and redial. It's not a keyboard, Phil. Well, it is, technically. What a crock.
They are just railroading us at every fucking turn.
Thank you for calling your local Walmart. We're open daily from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m.
This guy sounds
This
energetic.
call and your
though.
voice may be recorded for business
He'd be
purposes,
great on a
including fraud
podcast.
prevention.
Please
For
record me,
pharmacy,
bitch.
Press 1. For Auto Care Center, press 2. For Vision Center, press 3. For online pickup and delivery orders, press 4. For electronics, press 5. For Fresh Bakery, press 6. For Fresh Deli, press 7. For Human Resources, press 8. To reach the store operator,
That's the one we want.
Thank you for calling your Sandusky Walmart. The service desk can help you.
Hi, yes. I have a question about a product that I used to see there, but I don't see any longer, and I just wondered if you had any in stock at all. Because I would love.
Okay, can
Yeah.
I put you on hold for one moment? Okay.
You promise it's only going to be one moment? I'll give you 3 moments, okay?
Okay. Hold on.
Thank you. This is going to be an adventure.
She probably just quit. I can't take it.
At least they give us some terrible hold music. think we've experienced this exact.
These things are terrible.
What's that?
What is it?
Gummies.
Oh. No, I don't have good luck with those.
Oh boy.
These things taste terrible.
They taste bad. Taste
You
bad.
still got a freezer full of cookies? Hook them up.
I got some cookies somewhere around here.
Yeah.
I still have some of those chocolate chip ones that Junior got.
Oh, boy.
I think
Oh,
they're
yeah.
downstairs. Those were good, right? Because
Yeah.
those weren't too heavy.
No.
Those weren't too heavy-handed.
I get pretty giggly at this shit.
Okay, what were you looking for?
Actually, it's in your alcohol section. I'm looking for Pirate Water. They used to have it. I don't see any on the shelf, but I was wondering if there was any in store because I'd like to buy whatever you have. So it's going to be the back section in alcohol.
Okay, you said pirate water?
Pirate Water. You got it. Thank you.
Okay. I'm not seeing it.
Oh man. Okay. I guess you must have sold it all out or clearanced it out or can you do you think
Yeah.
is it ever going to be in stock again or is it something they've discontinued? Are you privy to that at all?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I know sometimes they might, if something does, well, I don't know if we're in charge of like getting rid of like the items and stuff that don't sell, but no,
Okay.
I'm even looking online and no, nothing's coming up with that.
Okay, well I appreciate you looking for me. Thank you so very much. And
You're welcome.
You have a great evening.
You too. Bye now.
Bye. On to the Carroll Walmart.
Well, if we fail at Carroll and then we try Lapeer and we fail there, I think we need to get some viewer suggestions as to cheap booze.
Right.
Thank you for calling your local Walmart. We're
Oh,
open
it's the
daily
same
from
guy.
6 a.m. to 11
He's
p.m.
everywhere.
This call and your voice may be recorded.
Why was that one ring so long?
I think that's the alert ring that they're like, pick up the damn phone.
Speedo Beta.
Carol Walmart. May I direct your call?
Yes, I am actually looking for something that would be in your alcoholic beverage department. Can you direct me whom I can speak to about that?
See if we can find someone. One moment.
Thank you.
Ooh.
She was 100.
I know. That's why I said alcoholic beverage.
Apparently she cannot find someone.
Odd.
She should pick back up.
Probably will go back to her.
What is going on?
Good help's hard to find.
Oh man, this got me anxious.
Are we going to the president of Walmart?
I guess. I hope so. Sam Walton,
Yeah, if we get him, he's probably with John McMurray.
right?
This
So
makes
anyway.
for a great show.
Right.
Huh.
I'll be diggity danged. Feels like trying to get a hold of HR all over again.
She forgot to find somebody.
They just have a button they can put you to just ring. Just ring continuously.
It's not even ringing at a store.
Right. It's actually ringing in India somewhere.
Hello?
Hello? Thank you for calling AD&D.
I'd like to talk to you about your car's extended warranty.
Right. Circles back.
Oh, boy.
I don't think we're getting anybody. On to Lapeer.
All right.
Call Bad Axe.
The highly unprofessional. Lapeer or Bad Axe?
I'd go Lapeer. Bad Axe has had a couple before, but I think Lapeer has a much higher drunk level.
I don't know.
Bad Axe is meth.
Thank you for calling your local Walmart. We're open daily.
That was a heavy crack.
Lapeer Walmart Service Desk.
Hey, I have a question about a beverage you have in your you sell in your alcoholic beverage section. Whom do I speak to about that? Because I'm wondering if you have any in stock or anywhere, because I'd like to purchase it.
What kind of alcohol?
I'm looking for Pirate Water, any flavor. It's just called Pirate Water. They're in Bad Axe used to. This is Bad Axe, right? Lapeer.
This is Lapeer Walmart.
Lapeer. You actually carried all of them at one point, and it's becoming hard to find. And I didn't know if you have any Pirate Water there at the Lapeer Walmart, because if so, I'll come by it all tomorrow.
Let me just check for you.
Thank you.
It's up front.
You've been very helpful. Yeah, it's up. It was up front in the coolers as you walk in the door. How you have those display coolers?
Yeah, it looks like we still have the little the cans on the cans of them up at the display coolers.
Oh my God! Thank you so much. You have brightened my.
I don't think we sell them anywhere else, so I'm pretty sure it's
just up there. But
it looks like the Pirate Water Miami Vice is the one we have.
Okay, that's fine. That's adequate. So I'll be making a trip to Lapeer then. Thank you so much. This has been
No problem.
you've been most helpful of all the 3 Walmarts I've called so far. You have been by far and away the most
What
helpful.
Walmarts have you called so far?
Sandusky and Caro, and neither one of them. Caro, no one even picked up.
Yeah, I'm looking at the thing. We're the only one in our area. There's one in stock in the one in Clio.
Wow. Okay.
Is there any in stock in Bad Axe?
I'm looking at them right now. We're the only one. We have like 30 in stock.
Oh my God! Thank you so much.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
No problem.
You are a rock star. Thank you so much. This is information I could use. Thank you.
No problem. You have a good one.
Yep. You too. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Lapeer Walmart.
Arr, they got the booty.
They've got 30 of them, so it looks like we'll be purchasing 29.
Yes.
Because we got to leave one on the shelf just for an unsuspecting customer.
Well, so they can't pull the tag yet.
Right?
Maybe they'll get more in.
He's only said there's only one in Clio. Other than that,
And
Well, it sounds to me like it was a pretty good seller.
yeah,
they're all Miami Vice. Was that one good?
It is our.
it was okay.
I mean, it
That's
wasn't
one
margarita.
actually, I gave Junior. If you put cinnamon whiskey in it, it actually.
Yeah, you had to cut it. You got to
Oh,
cut
yeah,
it.
there you go.
You got to cut it with some
With
cinnamon
something
whiskey.
harder.
Yeah, you got to cut it. Arrgh!
Oh, boy.
You got to slice it with something hard.
Yes.
All right, so big adventures.
Yes. Now we have to go to.
We have to go to Lapeer, I guess.
Yeah.
Road trip
Road tripping.
to Lapeer.
Lapierre.
Well, I'm glad this is resolved.
Well, you're not going to have time before you bowl tomorrow to go.
No. Anybody want to go to Lapeer?
Maybe.
I will pay you gas money.
Maybe.
I will pay upwards of $9 for gas to go to Lapeer.
It's not that I mind doing it. It's that I mind walking in there and buying 29 Pirate Water.
You'll be
Do you know the
fine.
side eyes that you're going to get when you do that? Dude, now we know why your left hand's fucked up.
All that damn pirate water.
I'm spokesperson for pirate water.
I need like pirate water.
These are the last ones left in the state.
Right? Maybe we should not drink them, though.
Well, we need to leave at least a few in the can.
We should become a pirate water distributor. Maybe that should be the initiation. We need to sit on at least 15 cans of it.
That little endeavor we were talking about earlier, free pirate water with every order.
Hey.
Here you go, kid.
Yeah. Go throw up on the sidewalk. Did you give a can of pirate water to a kid?
Sure did.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
He's got to learn at some point.
You know, if that don't stop him from drinking, nothing will.
Oh, boy.
All right, we ready to get out of this?
Yeah.
Me too. Hashtag me too.
Well, now we know. Lots of gear grinds, and we figured out some pirate water. I guess
they're on clearance there.
I told you the pier was going to be the place. Bad X, those meth heads go in there and buy it all up, and they're probably out of it.
So,
but in the pier, a whole different kind of
scene.
So
all signs point to pirate water is dead on its way out.
Yeah. And I'm sad we never got to try the tea.
We never got to try. So if anybody out there has access to a tea, I will pay you upwards of $5 for a pirate water tea.
I mean, that's a pretty good return on investment.
Right?
I'm just going to take one of these cans home, paint it, piss in it, and bring it back. Yep, it's tea, Phil.
Will you at least chill it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Maybe hang a lifting bag in there for a little bit.
Why does their tea smell like asparagus?
At least drink
Just
tea
drink
before you pee in it.
Right.
Oh, I'll drink a lot of tea before I pee in it.
And then just hang a Lipton bag in it for a little bit. You'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
All right. Oh, and pour a shot of vodka in there.
They say you're not supposed to drink your own urine.
Oh. And pour a shot of vodka in there.
Oh, of course. Red Stag.
All right, let's get out of this episode. This has been a dreck of an episode.
Oh, I did that. Hang on.
Oh, I got it. All right, well, he's Adam Filkins. I'm Phil Nickel. Thank you for listening to the P&A Podcast Express. We had a featured guest here tonight for the last half of the episode. The Grumpy Griller joined us. Thank you very much. We haven't been able to congratulate him officially on his championship in the chili cook-off. So, another championship for the Grumpy Griller.
Yeah, they just don't stop coming.
He just gets them all. He just gets them all.
Oh, that shouldn't have
Play it again, Sam. So from all of us here at the P&A Podcast Express, we're about to be flush with pirate water. Come join us. Maybe we'll give you one. If not, get your own pirate water.
Arr.
Arrgh. And make good choices.